So in today's video, we're going over 3 things that leaders get wrong about leadership. And I'm going to provide you the one single solution to fix all the problems. Welcome to the channel, Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help managers become more confident leaders, and I do that with no nonsense sense, if that makes any sense. So here's the deal. There is a large percentage, possibly even you, but a large percentage of people that get into leadership roles, management, supervisory positions, and they come at it with the wrong idea. Specifically, 3 wrong ideas. The first thing that a new leader does, or even a seasoned leader, is that they get into this position and they feel they've got to be cold as ice. They've got to be like Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that cannot be further from the truth. The reality is that in a lot of places, in a lot of my videos, I say, listen, we're not there to be best friends with the team. We're not there to be best friends with your employees. It can happen, and you can make it work. And you can be promoted to where you're managing your friends, and they're able to remain friends. What I don't want you to do is to change who you are. You do not have to be cold. You do not have to set up firm boundaries. What you can do is always be friendly. Always be concerned and open and listening and communicating with your team. I think a lot of people get into leadership positions, and the one thing they fear is that somebody's going to say, man, you've changed. And of course that's going to happen. We're humans. We do change. But we don't have to flip a switch, become a cold, ignorant, mean person. That's like the TV boss. That's like the boss of olden days. This is not how we need to lead. We need to be authentic. We need to be friendly. Not always friends, but we definitely need to be friendly. The next thing, number 2, that I see leaders and new managers doing is that they feel leadership, it's about being loud. And when I speak with a tone and with authority, you are damn well going to listen. You're damn well going to do what I tell you because I'm bossing. Again, that's not going to work. If that's not your natural personality, which I hope it isn't because you sound like a dick, but if that's not your natural personality, it's not natural. You don't have to come in and be loud and make sure everybody knows that you're the boss and what you say, it goes. And come in and be a little bit more relaxed. Be a little bit more natural to who you are and how you deliver information and how you share things, how you communicate. Don't change your style to think that you have to be some big, loud, obnoxious personality and you have to belittle people and tell them and make sure that they know that you are the man or the woman, or whatever the heck you are, but you're the boss. That's not the way we need to start coming into work. That's not how we transition into a leadership role. And finally, and this might be the worst one, is that when somebody gets promoted or they move into a management position at a new company, they start to act like the other managers. If they start working with somebody who's a micromanager, they look at that person and say, well, that's the person training me. That's the person that I need to be like. So I will act like that person. And then you become a micromanager. Or you become somebody who, like I said before, speaks with a loud voice and has to make sure everybody understands you're the boss. If that's not you naturally. Like I can say, yes, I can come in loud because that's my natural tone. That's how I talk. I'm a little bit abrupt. I'm a little bit rough, let's say. But that's my natural tone. And people have quickly seen that's just how I deliver information. When I get worked up, my hands start moving more. My eyebrows go to the top of my forehead. I know it's a big forehead, but it goes all the way to the top. I get excited by things. I talk a little bit louder. If that's not you, you cannot act like me. You cannot start a job. You cannot start leading your team and flip a switch and start acting like Mike or acting like whoever trained you. That's not going to work. You can only act like one person, and that's you. So how are you going to make sure that you're not falling into these 3 traps? How do you make sure that you're not falling into the problems that these 3 situations will bring you? First, understand that it is very, very difficult to change who you are naturally. It can happen. It takes some work. but you are who you are. So instead of trying to change you as a person, because I think you're fantastic, but instead of trying to change that, change what you know. Change what you understand about leadership. Don't just follow somebody that is training you, that has mentored you blindly. Make sure that they're doing the things that make sense to you, and they deliver it in a way that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, it's your responsibility to make it so. Grab their information, but be true to yourself. Create your own style of delivery, of how you talk to your team, how you manage crisis, how you just overall communicate, listening, talking, everything with people around you. When you start to bring in more knowledge, bring in more information about leadership, when you start to understand it in its most basic form, the fundamentals of leadership, and you accept that you own that to your core, what happens is you become a more self-confident leader. What happens is the peers, the people that were actually training you, you start to earn their trust because they're saying, wow, this guy, this gal, they get it. Wow, they're natural leaders. All because you're following just the fundamentals of leadership. And the team working for you, you quickly earn their respect, because here's the thing. Just like bees and dogs can smell fear, people can weed out the BS very quick. And if you're not being authentic to who you are as a person, as a leader, the team working with you, the peers working with you, they know it. They know when somebody's being fake. They know when somebody's trying to be something that they naturally are not. And that's not to say that you're not a leader. You're not a leader like I'm a leader. I'm not a leader like John's a leader. We're all different people. But if we understand the fundamentals of leadership, we can incorporate that with our personality, with our delivery style, and all of a sudden, all the things of leadership start falling into place. Now, you're probably saying, okay, Mike, this is great. I need to be me. You talk about these fundamentals of leadership. What the hell are they? Here's the thing. The fundamentals of leadership, they took me hundreds of books. They took me years of getting screwed over, of making mistakes, of trial and error. And you don't need to do that. What you need to do is you need to take 30 days to understand the fundamentals of leadership. And funny enough, in the description below, there's a link to my 30-day no-nonsense leadership bootcamp, where every day you get a new leadership fundamental. At the end of 30 days, you've got 30 fundamentals that become your baseline. And from there, knowing them, you then will be able to express them and share them and coach your team and work with your peers, all from the natural state of who you are, with your natural delivery style. But you have the fundamentals. It's like anything in life. When you know the rules of the game, when you have the basics, when you know the fundamentals, everything becomes easier. So go in the description, check it out. Just read the page. Read the page. See if it's what you need. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And with that said, knowing that you are internally more professional, I want you to watch this video so that you can make sure that you look professional. All right, get your coffee. I'll see you there. Ciao.